Hi, I'm Becky from Retro from Scratch. I love to teach you retro crafts, and today we are looking at the humble pipe cleaner because actually, do you know, we had these as kids, but I don't remember really using them for anything that was that amazing. But today you can make some wonderful things, and I'm going to show you how to make these beautiful flowers. Yes, they are made from pipe cleaners. So I'm going to show you, I've just dropped one. So I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful flower just like this one here. Now, to make these, I actually bought a kit, and I'll put the link to that in the description below. You can make a range of flowers. This is a tulip, but I particularly love these. I think they look really stunning and add lots of volume to your vase. Now, the kits don't come with any instructions, so I'm going to show you how to make one of these flowers step by step. I just wanted to show you what you get in the kit. So you get a dark pink, the green, you get the stems, you get light pink, there's one I've cut, and then you also get tapes. So you get a light green and a dark green tape, and you also get these little bits for in the centre. Oh, and a piece of ribbon. Now, if you've already got pipe cleaners at home, then use them by all means rather than buying the kit. You're going to need 4 pipe cleaners to make the leaves, and then you'll need 2 pipe cleaners per petal, and there are 6 on each flower, so that's 12 pipe cleaners. Now I'm going to mix and match for my next flower, so I've got a light pink and a dark pink, but by all means use whatever colours you would like to make your flower. And you'll also need a stem to attach it. Again, this is 30 centimetres. All of these pipe cleaners and stem are 30 centimetres long. I've got some garden tape. Now, this actually comes in the kit. And then we're going to have our little centres. Now, the closest I can think of for these would be some cotton buds. So I'm going to experiment and try using cotton buds on this flower if you haven't bought the kit. And you're also going to need a glue gun. Now, I am not a fan of glue guns. I will avoid using them at all costs. But there is a time and a place for using them, and this is it. So grab a glue gun and let's get crafting. So first up, I just want to show you what I've made. So we have the light pink. This is the dark pink. And then this one is light pink, but you'll see there's some darker patches on it, and I'm going to show you how I did that as well. But what I'm going to do is combine the light and the dark pink together and use a dark pink on the outer edge of each petal. So we're going to begin with the leaves, and you're going to need 2 pipe cleaners, and all you need to do is fold them exactly in half, like so. And then give them a little squeeze. Now, top tip is to try and not get them bent in any way. The straighter you can keep them, the better. And then what we're going to do is we're going to link these 2 together. So just open them up and pop them. Now that's not quite open, so push it all the way through right to the end. And then little twist round, twist that one round. I twisted it twice there, and then I'm going to bring that down one side and down the other. This is going to make a little point there. Now you can see the leaf shape taking part. And then down the bottom here, I'm just going to pinch where I'm happy with the size of the leaf. And I'm going to take the longest piece, and I'm just going to wrap that round all the other pieces. And there we have our first leaf. This is where you can bend and curve to make them into a very beautiful leafy shape. So I'm going to show you that again because we need to. So take 2 pipe cleaners, fold in half, and then interlock the two right to the very end. Twist one around, twist, and then bring that one that's on the top down one side, down the other side, a little pinch there. Bring that down nice and straight. And wrap that around. There we have a leaf. You can mould these, this is the beauty of pipe cleaners, into any leafy shape you like so. 2 leaves. Right, let's make the petals. So you're going to need 6 of these altogether. So that's 12 pipe cleaners. So for this one, I've actually used all of the same colour, which is a light pink. But for this one, I'm going to use 2 colours, and I want to put the darker colour on the outside. So we're going to start with the small one. So we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to fold it in half again. So you've got like 4. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fold. And then a bit like with the leaf, we're going to take one, fold it in half, and we're going to interlock it with that one. And then we're going to twist this around so it is now in place. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, these larger pieces. And then we're going to bring this around the outside. And around the outside, I'm going to give it a little squeeze there. And then we're going to catch it at the end where all the little ends meet here. And use one of these longer pieces to wrap around and hold all of the smaller pieces together next to the bigger one. And there we are. I really like that actually. And then we're just going to give it a little curve, a little bend, like so. Now we need to make 5 more. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to show you again because I think it's important that you get to see it. So we're going to fold in half, then fold in half again, little pinch there, fold in half, interlock, twist in the big one, and then around the outside, hold all of those bits together there, and then use one of the larger ones to just wind it round. And these feel so lovely and soft. And you can just sort of spread them out then so that there we are, petal number 2. Can we remember? So it's fold in half, fold in half again. So I'm going to be consistent for this one and make sure that the dark one is always on the outside, otherwise it might look a bit odd. Fold that one in half, interlock, twist, and come around the outsides. And you want to kind of to make sure that these 4 are laying in line with each other, so they're not on top of each other, but they're sort of lying next to each other. So you're sort of flattening them out. I've got a little bit of a kink here. So once you do get a kink in your pipe cleaner, it's quite hard to get it completely straight. So try not to get kinks in them. That will happen. And that round. Once you fold them, then it's less obvious to see the kinks. Right, we're 3 down. There's not many more to go. And you can see this is quite a quick craft. It doesn't take that long to do. Which means if you buy one of the kits, it won't be long before you have a whole vase full of them. So there are different types of flowers. I'm just going to show you the one today. And then you can let me know if you would like me to show you more. And pinch and wind around. So like I said, we didn't really use, I know pipe cleaners were always there when I was a kid, but I don't remember using them in crafts particularly. Maybe we made like little animals or something, I'm not sure. I've just put a kink in there by accident. Twisting around the outside. And you hear my Mickey Mouse clock ticking away. It's a vintage clock that I found at a boot sale. It cost me £1. And the way he works is his foot swings back and forth, which is what's making the mechanism for the ticking. It's very cute. Although I am an hour out still, I still haven't changed the clocks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got one more to go. I've got one extra pipe cleaner. Let's get rid of that. Okay. We know what we're doing now, right? Pretty straightforward now. This is a nice craft to do in front of the telly if you want to, you know. Around the outside. Pinch them all together. And I'm just going to move that one over a bit. It's trying to creep round the back there. Yep, still trying to, but there's a little gap there. Don't want that. That's it. You squeeze together. Need to be friends. Just get that little white wrap round. There. Great. So I've now got 6 petals. You can play around with shaping them. Now we need to put them together. But before we do that, we need to make the centre piece. Now, to do it with these, you need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to think we're going to need less for our cotton if we use cotton buds because they're going to be much larger. So we just need to kind of get them all the same. We need to try and get them all the same height, which is a little fiddlier than you'd think. Right, so we've got 10 of these. And then we need a bit of pipe cleaner that's only 10 centimetres long. And what we're going to do is wrap it around like that. So I've got a piece here, which is in the darker pink colour. This is 10 centimetres. We're going to go in the middle and we're going to bring this up and over and twist this around to hold these in place. And then I'm going to bring these up, and then we're going to use one of the long pipe cleaner bits just to wrap around the bottom of the white part. And then work your way down this part. And it's just going to hold them together. If you don't wrap around tightly enough, what will happen is this, and they'll be a bit more spread out. Now we're going to try the cotton bud and see how that works. Now, as you can see, these cotton buds are much larger. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to try and use a Sharpie. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. This is all an experiment. Oh yeah, good. So I'm just going to Sharpie on the yellow. Pretty bright, isn't it? There we are. And I think rather than using a pipe cleaner to hold them together, because obviously these cardboard bits are quite thick, I think I'm just going to use a little bit of tape. I have a feeling it might be a bit fiddly, so we'll see how that goes. Right, let's do the other ends. So I'm using a Sharpie, but I think you could use any yellow felt tip, to be honest. Or a bit of paint if you haven't got felt tip. It's really just to give a bit of an effect, isn't it? And I don't know, 8 might be too many, so we'll have a little look in a minute. I'm getting cotton wool fluff on my Sharpie pen, so I must make sure to wipe that off before I finish. Got to look after your craft materials. There we go. Fab. Right. So I'm going to take some scissors, I think, and cut these in half. Okay, let's do one at a time. Oh, these are hard. Oh. Just going to try bending them now rather than cutting them. Okay. They're all a bit up in the air and a bit up and down, but that's not too bad. All right. I mean, there's quite a sizable difference there, but I think it still works. So I'm just going to try some tape on them. I'm just going to use sellotape because although I could use the floristry tape, it's not overly sticky. And I really want these to sort of hold together. And also I want to kind of keep the white of the stems there. So let's just wrap that around. Some of these are jumped up, so I'm just going to push them back down. There we go. So they're a bit more even. There. Then you can sort of bend them a little bit. Well, they've gone quite fluffy, so I might need to give them a bit of a trim. Okay. Right, so now we need to assemble the flower head. So I'm going to do it with the cotton buds, and we now need to plug in, we now need the glue gun. And we're actually going to assemble the whole thing. So I would get everything together that you need to assemble. So you're going to need your centre parts, your petals, your leaves and your stem. So I'm just heating up the glue gun, and my one is only a little glue gun. I didn't want to spend a lot of money on it because I know that I don't really like using them. So you just have to kind of wait, and then the glue starts to run out, and then that's when you know it's ready to go. I have put a plastic surface down. As you can see, there is glue on there from previously, just to to protect my craft mat, which I know is, craft mat is there to protect the table surface, but I don't like getting glue on my craft mat if I can help it, because it's not good when you're cutting. The glue can prevent you from making nice neat cuts, so I'd always recommend not getting glue on your craft mats. Okay, I'm going to see if we've got any glue here. Give it a squeeze. Yes, we have. So apply a little bit of glue there to one petal, and then I'm going to push this up next to it. And this is where I don't really like it. I worry that I'm going to burn myself. The glue gun is hot, so please be careful. It gets stringy. I just don't like it for all of these reasons. Right, I'm going to put another one, a bit more glue, apply another petal. What's all this stringy stuff? Oh, now it's stuck to my nails. See, it's just messy and hot. Right, okay, so, but it does hold these together really lovely. So there we are. So that's, we've got 3 attached. Now I'm going to put some glue in the middle, big blob there, to put those inside. We've now got 3 more petals to go. Just picking off all the stringy glue. Is it my glue gun? Is it me? Do I need a better glue gun? That could be it. It could be that this is just because it is a cheap glue gun, that is the problem. Maybe better glue guns, I mean, it makes sense, would be better. So next petal, attach. So I'm actually applying the glue where we've twisted the pipe cleaner around. I really like the darker outer edge though. That looks really good. Right, one space for one more petal. So let's get the glue in there. And then pop that on like so. So I think my makeshift cotton buds aren't that bad at all. You wouldn't know the difference, I don't think. Like if you gave them, if this was a gift and you gave them to somebody, I don't think they would question those over the ones that come in the kit. It's only when you put the 2 together that you can see the difference. Okay, so you can play around with this. I'm just waiting for this to dry. Now we need to apply the stem. And so the best thing to do here, this is why I had the mat because the glue's come out, is to get glue on the stem here. And then squeeze that up inside. And then wrap the pipe cleaners round to hold it in place. Lovely, like so. Right, I need to go get some more glue. We can now apply the tape. So you can just tear it off, as you see I've done here. It doesn't leave a neat edge, but that's fine. So we're going to wrap it around the base of the flower head. And it's not overly sticky, but it does stick to itself. So I'm going to wrap that around a couple of times, like so. And you have to kind of like fold it to go neatly. And then once you get going, you can just kind of give it a little bit of a spin and it will just do it like that. Okay. Round it goes. But now we need to get some leaves on. So, bit of glue. Be very careful at this point. bit of glue on the stem, and this is it where it's easy to burn yourself. Apply a leaf, and then we're going to go around with the tape like so. Wrap that round, and then we're going to get another leaf. We want to go on the other side. I'm just going to apply the glue here. Then we're going to just wrap that around. I'm going to turn off the glue gun, and then all we're going to do now, let's get rid of that stringy bit, is this is the fun bit. Actually, I'm going to just go around that bit again because it's a bit, if you need to go back up and wrap round, you can do that. There we go. It was just looking a bit lumpy, that was all. I just wanted to tighten it up. And then this is the fun bit where you just go whee and spin it round. So you're holding it in one hand, spinning the flower in the other to the end. And then you can just cut that bit off or rip it off, entirely up to you. So to make these look a little bit more realistic, you can see I've got some shading here. So it's darker in the centre and darker on the tips of the petals. And what I did for that was I actually used my makeup kit and stole the blusher. So if you can get a clean paintbrush, and you're just going to want a little bit of the blush, get that on the brush, dab it off, and then you want to apply that inside the flower. Now if you have different petals, say you're making a blue flower, then you'll probably use some blue eyeshadow. That might be ideal. But the powder works really well because you can brush and spread it to give it a much more natural effect. I'm holding this at a funny angle so you can kind of see it as I do it. But I'm also trying to see what I'm doing at the same time. I'm trying not to get it on the yellow bits as well. That looks really good. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the ends as well. So we've already got a darker outer edge, which is really nice. So all we're going to do here is just apply the blusher to the tips. Can you see the difference there? And so you can just build it up. I'm going to work my way all the way around. And do you know what? There is so much blusher in this kit, so it really isn't a problem that I'm using it to do this. And it just sticks to the pipe cleaners because I guess the fur off of the pipe cleaner, like the fluff, it just lends itself to stick to it. Oh. And there we are. Isn't it pretty? So this is the one that we've done with the cotton buds. This is one that I made earlier, and this is all in the light pink with the makeup. This one is with the outer darker line, but I really like it actually. I don't know, maybe I like this one more than this one. Make as many of these as you like, and then you can just fill a vase of flowers. And I be honest, from a distance, you wouldn't know that they're not real, would you? You really wouldn't. I'll be honest, I don't think I'm going to look at a pipe cleaner the same way ever again. Oh, they look so realistic, and I can't wait to fill the rest of this vase. If you have enjoyed this video, then please give me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. And remember to subscribe, because I will be back here next week with some more retro crafts for you to try. I'll see you then.